Good morning, it's Denise here, Junk Journals UK, and I'm coming on today to have a play with some pretties and use some of my Beebeecraft supplies. So hello, good morning, welcome to everybody, new subscribers and new returners alike. I hope you're all well. I am, and I'm looking forward to playing with these. So if you saw my recent Beebeecraft video where I just did the unboxing, you'll remember that I bought some. Now I hope there's not a lot of glare because I need a lot of light to see these tiny things. I bought some jump rings, and I said they weren't very exciting at the time, but obviously what we're going to make with them is going to be exciting. So just looking, I've got ink on my hands. Had a printer malfunction this morning. So yeah, so we're going to make some pretty jewellery for our journals. In that haul I also, oh, excuse me, noise, I also got these beautiful charms or dangles, whatever you want to call them. They call them charms, and the links to them all will be in the description, as will the link to the Beebeecraft home website. Go and have a look because they're really value for money. So just had a little play, made a little one. So what I do is I make them out of broken chains that I buy at the charity shop. So I'll show you in a minute. You know, so you can often get a bunch for a couple of pound. So I just had a little play with a tiny one. I brought an envelope to try and show you. We're going to make some longer ones today. Now I've always made these, but I haven't always had the jump rings, and I must admit the jump rings are a bit of a game changer as regards, you know, the movement. They're moving about. So let me show you what I've brought with me. I've just got a peel on my nail there. Where's my chains? Oh, I put them in here. So I just cut them up for ease rather than. So these are a few bits of chain. So often you will, if you cut necklaces up or they come broken, you'll often get one of those, which is handy. A crab claw, which will go on the top of, well, if you put a hole in, and a an eyelet, they will go into that, or they'll clip onto any kind of lace or ribbon that you put on the top of your journal. Or what I often do is put a tiny one of these, smaller than this, that's a bit big, tiny one of those on top of your journal, and then you can clip these to it, and then it's removable still. Yeah. You can also, if you don't have the crab claw, you'll notice that I left some of those beads on there. It seems silly to take them off and put them on again. Yeah, so if you get a piece like that, that's pretty, isn't it? It's got a lovely little golden coloured ball on one end and some delicate chain on the other. You can just use a ball pin or a gourd pin, whatever you call them. A bulb pin, I don't know, did I say bulb pin? I don't know what I just called it. You know, so that will do the same thing. It will go through an eyelet or lace, and again it will go onto one of those if you want it to. And that adds a bit more bling as well. Now I already had these in my stash. I didn't get these from Beebeecraft, but when I was on looking, they do have a huge box of these in something like this. So all the individual colours, bigger than that it was, all the individual colours are there. You know, so that might be something you'd like to have. It's something I'd like to have in the future. So I've got my jump rings, I've got some bulb pins, I've got my charms, and I've got some broken bits of jewellery. Not a lot, and you don't need a lot. I've got an earring all on its own. That will make a nice piece of jewellery. Book jewellery. I have got a couple of, well, I've got 4 of these jingle bells. I'm going to make one for me Christmas. Put them separate in there. My Christmas journal. Well, I'm going to make a few, but for the one that's on the go. And then these are just bits and pieces. So that's off that necklace that I cut up. I don't know where that's come from. That was in the bottom of my jewellery box. Come from something that's broken. Some small pieces out of my beads that are thin. Now you can do thicker beads, but you need bigger jump rings. I only got the very small ones. Another one there, and then some really, you probably can't even see them in that dish, can you? Just hope I don't lose them, because they took some digging out. Some really teeny tiny ones. You can see I've put one of them on the jump ring to see if it works. Oops. I will leave those in there, otherwise I'll never know where they are. You can also use buttons, little tiny buttons, which I will be doing because I've got a lot of beautiful vintagey tiny buttons. Now you see, I'm chucking them around already. Is that it? No. Yeah. Let's put them on that. We might be safer on there. Okay. So which one shall we do first? Let's do one. Where was that little gold one that we started? Oh, it's going to be one of those. Did I take it all apart again? I did. That was it, wasn't it? I did. So let's do that one because it hasn't got the end on it, and we will put it on one of those little gold bulb pins. And the brilliant thing about these is that, I wonder if I can take all the lids up. I don't know if they'll all come up together, just so that you're not getting the glare. No, I don't think they will. Let's do a few at a time then. So can you see the different colours? I'll just get a couple of those out. So there's 6 different colours. It says pewter, bronze, copper, bright silver, dull silver, gold. Yeah, lovely. That's a nice colour. So what did I get out? I think we want some of these silvery ones out. Save me constantly opening it. I'll have a couple more gold out. So it helps to some degree if you've got 2 pairs of pliers. I bought 5 pairs of these on a piece of card, I think at one of the, don't know if it was at a pound shop or it was a cheap shop anyway, and no, it can't have been a pound shop because I think I paid £6 for 5 pairs of pliers. Might have been Wilkinson's in the UK, something like that. So 2 is helpful. But before I dug my other one out, I was doing it with just one, and I was doing it with just this one, which isn't even the pointy end. Okay, so although they are nice and strong, you can open them. I'll put it in there to show you it. You can open them just with 1 pair of pliers and your fingers. In fact, I would think if you've got nice strong fingers, which I haven't, you could probably open them with both of them. So I don't know how well you can see that, but there is a, there. Where they're joined, they're not joined touching each other, they're kind of twisted on sideways. And you just twist one way with 1 pair and that way with the other. You can probably see better now, can you? I don't know how well the camera is coping with this. Yeah. To get it open, and then beads, and you just put something on it. I've opened the wrong colour, haven't I, because we were going with, so I'm going to go with this real tiny one first, and you just grab both pieces in one tweezer and close them just like they were against each other. You just have to get them in play, really. And there you go. Let's do it on that. That's nice and safely on there. Now you could have not closed it up and put your chain on it and just closed it quite tight to the chain. But the beauty of these bulb pins that, you know, that have improved my jewellery making since I've had them is that I'm going to do this just with one hand and one plier now. Look, and show you how easy it is. You can build up the jump rings and get more of a more movement, more of a dangle going on. Yeah, so do them nice and tight, especially with these tiny things. Otherwise you'll end up losing bits of your beads, especially the tiny ones like that. Okay, so I've got a really long dangle. I probably didn't choose a good bead to do that with, but and you just stick it through a link of your chain Yep, so I've got a link of chain and the dangle through there, and to close them up. I do hope you can see this. I might have to stop and just check you can see before I go any further. Yeah, and there we've already got one tiny weeny bead on it with the jump rings. Yeah, I said we was going to start with gold and we haven't, so I'll put one more on and then I'm going to have a look. Yeah, shall we put on, let's put a jingle bell on it and make it a, so with the jingle bells, that one tougher, no it's come, you can hear the little click when it opens. With the jingle bells, you get more of a ring if you put two jump rings on, because they can move about more. So that's one. Oh, I don't know if that's closed properly, I'll have to go on. I'm going to put it right on the very end, this one, but you don't have to, they still work halfway down, because I have done a jingle bell one. Can you hear that? When there's a few on it sounds brill. Christmas jingle bells. So we've got a big loop there. Let's put something on that one. Let's put this gold one on it. Gold? Diamond. Although that looks like it's got two holes in it, so it could... Let's have a look. It could have a jump ring both sides. I have to admit to you guys that I have actually packed away a lot of my stuff and a lot of my beads. Okay, so if you get it at an odd angle, you know, I've closed that as an oval rather than a circle, you can just squeeze it that way. It's hard to get hold of because of that square. Yeah, squeeze it back the other way. It's fighting me. That's it, we're nice and tightly closed now. House of squeak, even my tweezers, pliers squeak. Sorry, I can't see where it's, sometimes if you can't see it you can feel it. Where it's closed and where it's not. There, that's it. It is much easier when you're in daylight, I have to say, because I'm filming. Where was that big one? Because I'm filming, I'm not in daylight, I'm not in natural light, I'm in artificial light now. Because that's got another dangle on the end, we can put another piece of something on it. Right, you can see that one. Yeah, so if you don't open your ring so far, you don't misshape it so much, I'm guessing. Seems to be the case. Yeah. Okay, close. So, shall we put a bell on that as well? And then we'll have a go with the leaves, because I want to make one for my autumn journal that is about to go off to somebody. I'd like to add a little piece of jewellery into it. Oops. So let me know if you already make the jewellery or if you're going to have a go now. They really do add just a little bit of something to the outside of your... Yeah, that's right. Now we're jingling, can you hear us? To the outside of your books, your journals. They just often finish off what's beautiful anyway. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there with another little dangly bit down. So when you've got a nice long chain, you could add a lot on it. You have one of those purple ones on there. Yep. Oh yes, we go through. I think I'm just going to put it right on the end of that little piece there. Okay, so just one jump ring there. Close it back round. I'll show you one here. Yep. I think it would like something white on it. I wonder if I've got a... don't think those beads will... They're a bit big, my beads, for the jump rings. We'll try one. We could always put one on with a bulb ring. Let's give it a go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. There we go. Maybe if I open it a long way it'll go on, I don't know. Yeah, so obviously they come in different sizes. I don't think I'm going to get the big bead on that. It needs a bigger... I'll open it up a lot and see, but I'm misshaping it quite a bit. Oops. I'll try and put it on the bit that I've misshapen. No, I had a feeling it wouldn't. I maybe need some wire or something to go through those. I don't even know if that is open. Oh, I've got a red one, but it's not really going to go. Oops. No, you can't see what's happening because I can't see what's happening. Yeah, I've really misshaped that ring now. Come on. I don't know what I've done there. I think that would go through. Let's get my fingers in it. That's got something through the middle, can you see? Let's have a look if a pin will clear it. I thought that was being a bit hard work. Oh no, where's my pin just gone? Oh, it's there. Yeah, there's something stuck in the middle of it. I think it might be a little teeny tiny bead, but it's well and truly stuck. I won't try any more because I'll end up doing myself a mischief. Yeah, so obviously, some of these beads, and this is a bag of beads that I got from a craft fair, are not all the way through. That could be half the problem. Oh, this was the bigger one, wasn't it? Yeah, that one is too big, but it would go through that. Let's see if I can find a smaller one that has actually got a hole in it. That one has. I need a magnifying glass. Oh, we was nearly through then as well. Right, I'm going to give that one up as a bad job because the beads obviously need a slightly bigger jump ring. Let's go with this. And I've made a right mess of my jump ring, but I am going to use it. In you go. It couldn't be more open if you tried. That's it. Let's get it closed. Yeah, so you can be quite reasonably rough with them and they'll still forgive you. What was we going with? So I think when I've put this one on, I'm just going to turn the camera off quick. You probably won't even notice. where shall we go? There. And just double check that you can actually see what I'm doing, otherwise I'm wasting my time. And then we'll go on and do one with the leaves, make the one for my journal. Yeah, so you can imagine you can really go to town and put loads on, or you can leave them just simple. Hope you can see that. Lovely. Okay, I won't be a second. Okay, yeah, I think you could just about see what I was doing there. Okay, so we'll put that one over there, and let's make one with these lovely, let's bring them in. Yes, what's the word I'm looking for? Charms. Yeah, they're a nice colour, aren't they? I think they're, what are they? Antique bronze. Now there are some little tiny weeny ones here, but I want a chunky one as well. See if I can get these out. Oh. So like I said before, Beebeecraft package stuff really well, and obviously because these were teeny tiny ones, I'll put them on there. They've put them in an extra little safe box. Let's have a look. I love that feather one for the autumn. That's on a slightly different, I'll show you it more in a minute with the, I love the maple leaf. I love them all, don't I? I have a couple of those little ones. We'll probably end up doing two, I think, if I've got time. That one's nice. Ooh, right. What colour? I've got a nice darkish one here. I think that might even be black, I don't know. Let's move everything to the side. Let's put the made ones up there. I'll have a look at them in a minute. That isn't a made one, that's a cut up one. Jingle bells. Right, I'm going with this one. Actually, I want a longer one on me. I'm going to go with this one. I'll do that one in a minute. Do I want the dark rings? Yes, I do. Okay, so you can see that I'm actually doing a lot of it just with one pair of pliers and my fingers. Really easily. Just depends how dexterous you are, I guess. I mean, I've got quite big fingers as well, which isn't helping you see what's happening, but I think you're getting the gist of it. Oh, what kind of a shape is that? Sorry about the squeaky. Pliers, that's better. Yeah, I'm going to put 2 jump rings on so they've got, you know, room to move about. Don't open it so wide. We're going with this one. What have we got on it? Anything? Yeah, it's a ball at the bottom, so let's go with a biggish one there. Oops. Yeah, so I think I'll be on getting some beads next. Some beads, and from Beebeecraft I mean. Some bigger jump rings. And probably some more charms. Let's put a tiny one at the bottom, it looks a bit lost. One of these little sweetie things. I do hope you can see. There's my head in it. Yeah, so down here, right next to that little ball that's was on anyway. So you can see you can mix the coloured metals as well, it's not a problem. You could really go to town and put all different coloured jump rings on it. So what we're going to have on the top, because I want it dangling over like that, to go with the same colour pin. Not about there? No. About there, yeah. Yeah, it's a nice long one, so what we're going to have on that. Shall I have the... I think I'll have this delicate one. I want that big feather halfway down. Whoops. Oops, that way. Right, don't want it at the very bottom, I don't think I do. It's very addictive once you start. You probably sit and make hundreds of them if you've got the stock. And if you get these from Beebeecraft, you certainly will have. Lots of chains from the charity shop, of which I've got loads. Oh yeah, it's a lovely long one. I like it. I like it, I like it. Let's get this lovely feather on then. And I'm just going with one, I think, with this one. Just one jump ring straight onto the chain. No, I'm not. I've changed my mind because it's got a slightly different connection, this. Probably because of the size of the... sorry. Because of the size of the leaf. It's got a bit of a bigger connection on it. Squeeze. So I'm going to go with two, just to give it a bit of movement. Yeah, that's it, and then onto here. Where did we say? About there. Yeah, I'm going to overload it and put another one of these little ones on. Oops. Yes, I can see I'm going to become a jewellery addict. Might be my new love. Yeah, now I like the fact that that is just all the leaves and nothing but. It would be equally beautiful with lots of like amber coloured beads amongst it as well. I think I'm just going to put one tiny leaf on the end of that one as well. Why not? You know I like more is more. Starting to get the shakes. I must need a cup of tea. Although I've been holding my arm out for the, for the camera. If you was doing this, you would do it, and I will as well, off camera, a lot closer to yourself. It'll be a lot easier, I think. That's lovely. Yeah, really like that. Hope you can see it. Okay, let's look at the other side. I'm going to make another one of those with a maple leaf, but I think so that's one I did off camera, but it's still using the Beebeecraft jump rings, and that's the silver one. Oops, they're the two that we made together, and now it's on the floor. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back with another Beebeecraft next week with the other bits and pieces that I've bought, Beebeecraft video. But do go on and have a look. I will leave the link in my description, and there is a money off voucher code just for you guys who watch my channel, and also if you are a YouTuber who would like to do this and hasn't got into the program, the BeeBeek program, if you have got 100 subscribers or more and you post regularly, they're very willing to consider sponsoring you for some, you know, some freebies to show the world how good they are. So I'll put the link to that in the description as well. So have a lovely day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.